captains, mga kapitanas po, to our barangays, and to the families of our contestants, thank you very much for sharing them with us. Again, to our candidates, may you continue to inspire us with your integrity and strength of your character. May you stand tall, wear a title with immense pride, and represent the city of Santa Rosa with the honor it so rightfully deserves. Isang muli ang panglusod, headed by, of course, Vice Mayor Arnold Arceles, my brother. Hindi po kami magkamukha since bata pa. Mas gwapo po siya sa akin. Of course, our SK President Ivan, to the councilors, thank you very much for always approving the budget of our culture and arts. Once again, thank you to everyone here tonight, followers po ng Ginoong at ang mga programang lungsod ng Santa Rosa. Thank you very much for always supporting the programs and projects of the city of Santa Rosa. Muli po, to our candidates for Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025, God bless and good luck. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Once again, the beautiful, generous, and hardworking Senate Mayor, the Honorable Arlene B. Arceles. Strength, masculinity, responsibility. This generation of aspirants embodies the true essence of a king. A man ready to conquer his world, a Rosanian grounded in respect and passion. A Ginoong Santa Rosa driven by his desire to lead. Ladies and gentlemen, this is new era of male pageantry. He once again take the lead in redefining the standards, setting the trend and shaping the future. Bolder, braver, and unstoppable. This is the grand coronation night of Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025.
down, perfect outfit. Your hand, they give me the physically fit. Tell me what up, you love the way you ride it. If I ride you by my side, I need a side chick. Baby girl, you feel me? I'm on a track, that's the way you think you feel when I fix her, I'm me a plan.
Bilip na ba?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for tonight, the international host, Mr. Michael Crystal, and Miss Universe Chilean Laguna, Miss Eliana Marie Aduana.
Hello, universe! Hello, Santa Rosa, the Lion City of the South!
Welcome to the grand coronation night of Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025!
Tá bom? Vamos sim, tudo direitinho assim, ó. Vamos lá, tô ficando crazy com você. Tô vendo que aprendi direitinho com você.
With this stamina, you better show that you what I want. No matter what you say, got my
all of you tonight. And you know, it's been a walk since I've hosted a pageant, since I'm in a competition. But to be able to do it here in Santa Rosa and to be back in my craft, I'm really honored.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the grand coronation night of Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025. And well, good evening, Iliana Marie Atuana.
Grupo ka ng Pilipinas. Hindi. Kuya Love, well, just for the information of everyone, I call him Kuya Love because we've been friends for a while now. He's my local director for the MUPH Laguna, but tonight, Kuya Love, you are my co-host.
Yes.
Now, going back to the crowd, mga mahal kong Rosanians, energy check down muna tayo. Santa Rosa! Ayan, makinay! Ayan, totoo na ang balita. Totoo ang chismis na grabe pa na talaga ang crowd dito sa Santa Rosa. And ultimately, I'm really honored to be here with all of you tonight. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about Santa Rosa and of course, my beloved Rosanians and how you guys are all passionate, so energetic, and very much loving.
Well, that's right, Iliana, and this actually marks our first hosting together. I'm so happy to share the stage with you, being your overall project director for Miss Universe Philippines Laguna. I'm so happy that you're here at the city of Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa, ladies and gentlemen, has always been a hub for incredible pageants and unforgettable ones. And tonight, you actually get to witness the magic yourself.
I am excited. I mean, I can already feel as soon as now the electrifying energy of the crowd. Grabe, nagsasayaw pa lang ang ating mga fine gentlemen. Grabe na yung pagsigaw at paghiyaw ng ating crowd.
Yeah, Santa Rosa, who's your bet for tonight? And the crowd will start this evening. Well, this evening promises to be nothing short of extraordinary with a stellar lineup of guests and personalities. We are set to celebrate the grandeur of the biggest male pageant in Laguna right here at Santa Rosa Sports Complex.
Now, speaking of big, of course, we cannot let this night pass without recognizing and acknowledging the big effort and the hard work of our very visionary and dynamic leader behind this progressive city. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome with a resounding round of applause, Honorable City Mayor Arlene B. Arcillas.
Good evening, Mayor. And of course, we also extend our gratitude to our beloved Honorable City Vice Mayor Kuya Arnold B. Arcillas. Palapakan natin si Kuya. And tonight, wouldn't be complete without us acknowledging this very beautiful woman, the heart and soul behind Ginoong Santa Rosa. Let's give it up for Mami Ofi Arcillas. We would also like to acknowledge, of course, the entire City Council and the overall pageant director for this annual competition and the local director for Miss Universe Philippines Laguna, Carlides de Guzman. Another round of applause for your incredible support. Thank you very much, Mayor, for having us here tonight.
And maraming salamat po muli sa inyong lahat. And now, I've heard that you guys love mga Insta-scoops, mga behind-the-scene actions, no? I mean, I love them too, who wouldn't, right? But because we love you so much, hindi na kami ni Kuya Love at Kuya Michael ang magpipresenta sa inyo ng great show. We've also invited our friends, Yael and Tina, to be your pageant correspondents. So ladies and gentlemen, help us welcome our pageant anchors here tonight, Israel Plata and Christina Santiago.
Hello, Yael and Tina. How are you guys there?
Thank you, Michael and Eliana. We are very excited to give you all that's been hitting up in our live audience and social media. Hello, beautiful people of the city of Santa Rosa. Good evening to all our viewers. Welcome to the sideline and expect all the updates coming up during the competition.
Good evening, everyone. Another round of applause to our beloved City Mayor, the Honorable Arlene B. Arcelius, and the rest of the city officials for another job well done. And of course, we would like to thank the following sponsors for making this event possible. Once again, to our hardworking City Mayor, Honorable Arlene B. Arcelius.
At ang napakaisip nating City Vice Mayor, Honorable Arnold B. Arcelius.
To all the members of Sangguniang Panglungsod.
Our City Councilors, Honorable Teresa Sinala.
Honorable Sonia Algabre.
Honorable Roy M. Gonzalez.
Honorable Lodomer Igarta.
Honorable Jose B. Catindin Jr.
Honorable Victor C. Sendenya.
Honorable Jose Joel L. Ahada.
Honorable Antonio M. Lisa Jr.
Honorable Rodrigo B. Malapita.
Honorable Ina Clarissa B. Cartagena.
Honorable Manuel G. Alipor.
Honorable Wilfredo P. Castro.
Nariyan din po ang ating LNB President, Honorable Godofredo Z. De La Rosa.
Our SK President, the Honorable Patrick Ivan B. De Cruz.
Maraming salamat din po sa ating Carlights Events and Talent Management Center. Nariyan po ang ating Carlights staff na pinamumunahan ni Jane Nazareto,
Leslie Bertolazo.
Dexter Villa,
Georgina Ferrari.
Jomor Manipor,
Ryan Opena.
Dantem Mendoza.
And Glenn Easy.
Nariyan din po ang ating head staff, Kakay Celeste.
Our Technical Director, Bam Bam
Of
Espanto.
course, our Assistant Director, Chelsea Cervantes.
Our Project Director, Lawrence Escusura.
At ang ating butihing Director, Overall Project Director, Nick Carlights Tegasma.
We would also like to give thanks to our Culture and the Arts Office, the Green and Green Projects, headed by our Culture and Arts Office Head, Ms. Josefina B. Arcelia.
Thank you so much to our dear staff, Ray Anthony Benita,
Paul Almira,
Jonah Guido,
Jennifer Bande,
Raquel Zamora,
Ethel Tiamzon,
Boyet Vallejo,
Pirin Zamperlas,
Michael Yone.
and Al Padiliana.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much to our dear sponsors. Well, I think everyone is very much excited to start our competition. But before that, we would like to inform everybody of the following criteria set by the order. 50% of their scores were tallied during the pre-pageant, and 50% will come from the preliminary round tonight. After which, the top 8 highest competitive scores will be tabulated and will be declared as our top 8 finalists.
The finalists then will have the advantage of being on equal footing. Their preliminary scores will be deleted and will have the chance to impress the judges through the question and answer portion. The top 5 finalists will be declared and one more round of question and answer will be done. One final question to determine the best among the batch.
Good luck to all the candidates. Now back to you, Michael and Taliana. Well, thank you guys, and again, thank you to all our dear sponsors and to all our candidates. Again, good luck. And ladies and gentlemen, as you all know tonight, we are not only looking for queens who are ultimately breathtaking and dashing, but queens who are also holistically ready to bear up to the responsibilities of the crown. And now, speaking of readiness, we've invited to you respective and reputable individuals who will take on the very challenging task of determining who among our 16 equally empowered and kind gentlemen will take home the most coveted crown and title of Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025.
So ladies and gentlemen, let us meet the panel of judges. Our first judge is an icon, highly respected, and one of the most sought after fashion designer, hairstylist, and makeup expert. Please welcome the Dennis Santos.
Next up is an actor, singer, and a model. It's 2022 Harlem International Best Actor. That is all welcome GMA Sparkle artist, Mr. Jerry Gonzalez.
Now gracing us with her presence this evening is a mental health advocate, a professional international model, and our Miss Universe Philippines Laguna 2025. Please welcome Rosa. How
Hello, beautiful sister. And now please join a man who made us part. Welcome the reigning Mr. World Philippines, Mr. Kirk Bondi.
And now it is with great honor to introduce the chairman of the board. She is a dedicated singer and songwriter, a woman who emerged victorious in Bolivia and made the whole Philippines proud. Santa Rosa, demos la bienvenida, Reina Hispano-Americana 2025, Via Malay! Once again, great and resounding applause for our panel of judges tonight. Thanks so much for gracing us with your presence.
Judges, welcome to our beloved province of Laguna, and I hope you have a very great time here in our province. And of course, in your hands lie the fate of our delegates here tonight, but in your expertise, we trust. Now again, good luck to our delegates, but we want to wish our judges here as well good luck, because definitely they will have a hard time, choosing among our 16 equally fine gentlemen who will take home the crowns for tonight.
Right, and now indeed, Ileana and Tinan, I'm sure that everyone's excited to see our candidates in the next segment. As our journey tonight begins with a showcase of confidence and fitness, these men work tirelessly to present themselves, reflecting their commitment to health and well-being.
It is time for us to appreciate their dedication and the strength it takes to stand before us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Santa Rosa, are you ready? Presenting Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025 Swimwear Competition.
So welcome to the palace. Gold leaf limoncello in the chalice. Tap in, Wonder Man like Alice. Let's go, come on, let's go. Canals to the grotto. Monet, Rodin's and Picasso's. Chandeliers and the fountains, I got those. Let's go, come on. Bright lights, back at the casino. Rap pack, blackjack, and casinos. Rum coats, martinis with the vino. Let's go, come on, let's go. Out pulling up in a fresh roll. Bananas on chain and Prosecco. Bananas in the Cubans all fresh roll. Let's go, come on.
Ginoong Rosa. Ginoong Pia. Ginoong Amaya. Ginoong Manusia. Ginoong Lamas. Ginoong Kaibigan. Ginoong Sinalahan.
Sexy, me want trouble it up, so come on now. Big body creating, my girl, you know what I'm betting. Kick the door down, walk it straight in. Baby girl, I have to give me my rating. Oh, you mean? Big girl, let me trace it. Right away, the bad vibe, the
Ginoong Manigrid. Ginoong Santo Domingo. Ginoong Oo. Ginoong Tagapo. Ginoong Higa. Ginoong Pagkakaya. Ginoong Makabili. Ginoong Haluan. Ginoong Animado. Once again, Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025 candidates in their swimwear.
Oh my goodness, man! Wow! Such a display of strength and confidence. It truly takes a lot of courage to walk out in front of a large audience and these gentlemen do it with such elegance.
You know what, Christina? Each one of them has showed dedication and discipline in preparing for this moment. Because it's not just about looking good, it's all about feeling confident and strong. And we would like to thank Ben Laguna for providing the swimwear of our candidates.
And you can really see that confidence shining through as they walk. They are radiating self-assurance and poise.
And our candidates prove that looking good isn't just about aesthetics. It's about commitment to a healthy life.
Absolutely, behind those toned physiques are hours of training, mindful eating, and of course, the hardest part, Yael, saying no to extra rounds.
Indeed, that is one of the biggest challenges, Christina. But beyond the workout routines and meal plans, this competition is also about self-care because when you feel good inside, it shows on the outside.
And speaking of feeling good, let's keep the energy high because we have more exciting segments coming up. The journey to finding the next Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025 is far from over.
And now, as we continue the escalated energy is evening, we would like to show you a presentation and let us all watch this.
Shake your body, baby, so
Let's go to Fit Lab, the biggest gym in the South. Lounge area. Reception. Basketball court. Go eat that Wall climbing. Studio. Start your journey with FitLab now.
Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025 would like to acknowledge the following. Our City Mayor, Arlene B. Arcelias, City Vice Mayor, Arnold B. Arcelias, Sangguniang Panglunsod, Konsehala Tess Aala, Sonia Aygabre, Roy Gonzalez, Lodi Carta, Zoe Katipi, Michael Sindanya, Joel Aala, June Tuzon, Rodrigo Malapitan, Ina Cartagena, Manoy Alimon, and Konsehal Willie Castro, our Liga ng Barangay President, Konsehal Godofredo Toti de la Rosa, our Sangguniang ng Kabataan President, Konsehal Patrick Ivan de Guzman, Harless Event and Talent Management Center, Stops, Jay Nazareno, Nestle Martulazo, Dexter Villa, Georgina Ferrari, Ryan Lupena, Henden Mendoza, and Glenn Isip, our head staff, Kakay Celeste, Technical Director, Beben Espanto, Assistant Director, Ms. Chelsea Cervantes, Project Director, Derek Lawrence S. Gusura, and overall Project Director, Derek Carles de Guzman. The Culture and the Arts Office, Lead and Green Projects, headed by the Culture and the Arts Officer, Mrs. Josefina Arcelias. Our stops, Ray Anthony Beniga, Bong Almira, Zona Quito, Jennifer Mante, Raquel Zamora, Ethel Bianzon, Boy Vallejo, Philip John Pernas, Michael Leone, and Am Matiliana. We would like also thank the following: the City Information Office, PNP and POSO, CTMEU, Asian College, the official tabulator, Emerson Transitive Noise, the official sounds and lights and red wall, People's Catering, Enchanted Kingdom, the magic lives forever, be the magic, be enchanted, Seda Hotel New Valley, Fiat Law, J-Care Beauty Court, Andrew Crowns and Accessories by Honorable Councilor Ali Badulis, World Balance Philippines, Touched by Angle G for the Sash, Miss Can Laguna, Louis Pangilinan Fashion Empire, Carlos Events and Talent Management Center, Rand's Flower Shop, and Leaders by ABBA. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Grand Coronation Night of Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025.
Dito sa inyo yan, tayo kumuha ng finger food.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for one of the most highly anticipated segments of the evening. A showcase of refinement, confidence, and style. Tonight, our distinguished gentlemen will command the stage, exuding sophistication and poise. Watch closely as they carry themselves with power and elegance, embodying the essence of a true modern Ginoong. Adorned in exquisite creations by esteemed designer Louis Pangilinan, our candidates are ready to captivate you with their timeless charm and distinct presence. Santa Rosa, let us all celebrate men of substance, style, and grace. This is the formal wear competition.
Big damn front porch back again. Back out to my best stuff again. Left the club when the booze on the room is red. The desert where we rep the Mississippi's name. She was spicy on the rooftop, clean on the damn poolside. At the spot that she raised the friends. Cosmo to the Cosmo, back to the red. Just going on right with the I make it look easy. Drop her like a bomb, the bed, black cars, carry on, smell the bed, pink pills, and I see you dancing there, about to blast like fire in the atmosphere. Let's get it poppin', little mama, see it, say it with it, body looking at me, with it. Now we're up another idea, hold up, next to this, next to it.
I don't feel no pressure, ain't no pressure, yeah, no one doesn't matter.
I make it look easy.
Ginoong. Ginoong. Kaingin. Ginoong. Sinalahan. Ginoong Market Area. Ginoong Mahagili. Ginoong Balibago. Ladies and gentlemen, these walking our candidates in their formal wear. There you have it, friends. Our Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025 formal wear competition.
Friends and ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our preliminary competition for this year's Ginoong Santa Rosa. Kudos to all the candidates. You have all given an exemplary performance. this evening.
And the candidates indeed look so astonishing, fabulous and elegant in their formal wear, and they truly played Willie in giving their efforts in joining our Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025. And at this juncture, Christina,
Yes, Yael.
let's have a quick fearless forecast for you. Who do you think is the best Ginoos?
Ooh, I think instead of S, I'll be giving R.
Hard.
Yes, because I have listed 5 Ginoos. Yes, because I just remember, Yael, last year when I did the same fearless forecast, yung 5 pinili ko ay pasok sa ating top 5 finalists last year.
How about this year? Sino bang 5 mo?
But again, a disclaimer everybody and City of Santa Rosa, once again, this is a fearless forecast. Still, nasa kamay pa rin po ng ating mga hurado kung sino ang tatanghiling Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025. And once again, allow me
Go ahead, Christina.
to introduce to you, of course, my very own top 5 finalists. I have here on my list, Ginoong Sila Dila! I won't be saying any reasons yet.
Go ahead.
Also, I have here on my list, Ginoong 4 from Rosa!
It's yours.
I also have in mind Ginoong 9 from Santo Domingo!
Santo Domingo.
Alongside with Ginoong 7, Sinalahan! And last from my list now is Ginoong 6, Kaini! And again, this is my top 5. Pero allow me na ibalik sa'yo, sino naman para sa'yo ang talagang umaangat from this year's Ginoong Santa Rosa?
Actually, I didn't pick top 5. I only picked 3 Ginoos that captured my answer. Actually, I wanted to forecast, my fearless forecast, but I picked Ginoo. Of course, I see the potential in Ginoong Tagapo. I can also see that he will be in the top 5. Ginoong Buo. Alright, one last week. I think we have the same decision in picking here.
Oh, yes.
Santo Domingo! Oh well, Christina, I know that the judges are having a hard time right now. So at this point, again, we would like to thank the following sponsors for making Ginoong Santa Rosa 2025 a success here in the Lion City of the South.
Once again, thank you so much to the following City Information Office,
BNB Boso,
CTMEU,
Asia Tech College, our official tabulator,
and for our Sounds and Lights, MRC Transitive Noise,
Midway's Glittery,
and Shadow Kingdom, the magic lives forever, be the magic, be enchanted,
Sam Hotel Nobody,
be flat,
Jager Beauty Station,
Android Clouds,